Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I want to, first of all, I'm sitting just like this. I don't know why. I feel like I'm reporting the news. You know who I feel like? I feel like Angela Yee. You know, Angela Yee got just as much personality as I got in my goddamn pinky. Well, I got a lot of personality in my pinky, so that's giving her too much credit. Y'all know who Angela Yee remind me of? This ain't got nothing to do with Angela Yee. For some reason, this is popping in my head right now. Y'all know who? Because I'm sitting like this. Y'all know who Angela Yee reminds me of? It used to be this lady at my church her name was Miss Brown. And she used to get up every Sunday and do the church announcements. And that's exactly how Angela Yee sounds to me when she does the rumor report. Just up there reading from the goddamn clipboard, just trying to get through the church announcements so she can go on by her business. No excitement, no messy behind it, no like, bitch, guess what's going on? You know what I'm saying? None of that. Girl, I know y'all saw that T.I. and Tiny interview. None of that. Ain't none of that going on. Now, girl, they say all sex sucking dick. None of that. Just none of that, okay? That bitch always sound like she giving church announcements or reporting the goddamn weather. Girl, she get on my nerve. Anyway, shout out to Angela Yee. After all of that, shout out to Angela Yee, girl. We ain't got no problem with you over here. It was some stuff I wanted to say about Tiny and T.I. And I've said these things before in some other videos, as far as like Tiny and T.I. The first thing is this. And I'm not talking about nobody's children, okay? So I don't want nobody saying, oh, you talking about the children. I'm not talking about nobody's children. I'm talking about the children and who they can grow up to be, though. So when you have a person like T.I., when you have a man like T.I., who is, you know, the walking definition of a narcissist, misogynistic, patriarchy, like he is the breathing definition of these things. And when you have someone like T.I. who has a family and he's raising children, he's raising boys, and if he's putting these same views into his sons, how do you think his sons are going to turn out? Who do you think these sons are going to turn out to be like? They goddamn daddy. So it's like, it's really sad when you think about it, because it's like, I hear women my age saying these niggas ain't shit. And then there's a possibility that your daughters are going to be screaming, these niggas ain't shit. Because when you look at who raising these boys who will eventually grow up to be men, if they follow in their father's footsteps, they going to grow up from boys to ain't shit niggas too. You see what I'm saying? And we already know that T.I. has a way of raising his daughters differently than he raises his sons. So the question, it just goes around in my head, like, how are these children going to turn out to be? Because if you grow up anything like your father, you know what? I remember Beyonce said in her song Daddy, remember off her first album, her debut album, well, some people say it was her debut album, some people say it was her fourth or fifth, because you know her first album was the Destiny's Child album, the second album was the Writings on the Wall album, the third one was Survivor, and then that one I think that's when she went solo, but that was like her fourth or fifth album. Quiet as it's kept. But remember on Beyonce's debut album, that song called Daddy, and she said, I want my unborn son to be just like my daddy. I want my husband to be just like my daddy. And she got exactly what the fuck she asked for, because her husband turned out to be just like her daddy, trifling and a cheater. I wonder when Tiny sits back, if she can honestly say with a straight face that my husband is the man that I would want my sons to look up to grow up to be like him. Can she really say that? Like, can she really say, like, I know I'm in love with my husband. We've been together for whatever 2 decades, and we have children, and I feel like my husband is the best example of what a man should be. And I would want my children to follow in his footsteps. You know, we've all been children. We've all been taught things, or we've all learned things, and it not may necessarily be from family. It could be from television or internet or whatever the case may be. And then you grow up and you realize that these things are not right. Like, we have to unlearn some shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I need to turn this group app off, baby. When I tell you, baby, my job, all I see is messages coming down. And I'm so goddamn nosy, I just be distracted. I be distracted when somebody upload a video. I'm distracted when somebody leave a comment. I'm distracted from girl. You see how I just got distracted? Anyways, but yeah, I just was in here thinking, like, if this is where it's going, if T.I. and company, if these people, men or women, who think just like T.I., it ain't getting no better. Like, the same exact story that y'all are singing every other day about these niggas not being shit, your daughter's gonna be saying these niggas ain't shit. And their daughters are gonna be saying these niggas ain't shit. Because when you look at the people who are raising these boys, they ain't shit niggas. And these ain't shit niggas raising boys who will probably grow up to be ain't shit niggas too. And that's not even trying to be funny or disrespectful or talk about nobody's children. I'm just saying, look at the people raising these kids. If they're passing on their views, or if they're raising them a certain way, they ain't got no choice but, well, they have a choice, but it's a good chance that T.I.'s son's gonna go up to be just like they goddamn daddy. I'm not saying that there are situations where, like, I can completely understand if a woman wants to stay home. You know, somebody was saying in the comment section about that, I think they said they had 2 or 1, I can't remember. They had an autistic child or children, I believe. And stuff like that. Everything has its own situation. Everything is not just black and white. I'm talking about the bitches like Tiny. And when you really think about it, y'all, Tamika was Tiny before she was T.I.'s wife. And she was Tiny before Clifford was T.I. It's a damn shame that Tiny had to pretty much dim her light and hide in the background to make sure her man his light could shine. Because I think some of y'all forget that Tiny was already Tiny. Tiny didn't need T.I. T.I. needed Tiny. Girl, y'all be thinking, girl, but that's how we go. When you really start breaking this shit down, all these y'all don't be needing these niggas. Yeah, you might need some dick every now and again. You know what I'm saying? You might need them. You know what I'm saying? You need them for certain stuff. But when you start looking at these relationships from, like, look at Wendy Williams. Who was really the breadwinner? Wendy. Look at Mary J. Blige. Who was the breadwinner? Mary J. Blige. Look at Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine. She got her husband working for her. Look at Dr. Simone. Got her husband working for her. You see? Look at Tiny. Tiny was already on. Okay, well, let me go ahead and just take her to the house and be a stay-at-home wife. And, when I get ready to leave you, now you want to start talking about prenups and shit. And I saw somebody say in the comment section, if Tiny wants to leave, she would have left. She tried to leave. T.I. was running around like it was a fucking Summer Olympics track and field events because he didn't want to sign the divorce papers. She tried to leave, and then he did whatever magic he did or whatever trick he did, and he got her right back on into place. I'm not gonna lie, I said I don't feel bad for Tiny, but a part of me does. I don't think nobody want to go through no shit like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't understand. Like 20 years is a long time to be with somebody. It's a very long time to be with somebody. And you have kids. But at some point you have to say, what example am I setting for my kids? It's kind of like Emily B and Fabulous. Like, how Emily B can't never tell her daughter nothing about nothing. Like, you literally had a nigga knocking you upside your motherfucking head. Like, we have the like Jocelyn say, footages. We have the footages of this man threatening to kill your father because your father and your brother or your father was trying to come and protect you from this nigga who supposedly knocked your teeth down your throat or at least went upside your head. So how can you really then turn around and tell your children anything about how a man should treat you? Because look at the nigga who you got and look how he treats you. So you can't say a motherfucking thing to me. That would be my response if I was in that situation. My mama tried to tell me something about my man. Like if you, and then we already know how these children can be. Well, not even these children. We've all been there where we was head over heels in love with a nigga and couldn't nobody tell us shit about our man. You know what I'm saying? But it comes to a point where as a parent, you have to, and I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no children. I feel like at some point you have to be like, okay, what example am I setting for my kids? Because if they look at me and think that, okay, and then like T.I. and his sons, like his sons are old enough to know. So they see their father treating their mother like shit. Either they gonna grow up and be like, my mama was a dumb bitch, or either they gonna grow up and be like, my father was an ain't shit nigga, I don't fuck with him. Because he treated my mama like shit. It's gonna be one of the two. And y'all know how people are about their mamas. T.I. gonna keep on, he gonna be like Kevin fighting in the middle of the parking lot. I mean, like some of y'all were saying in the comment section and some videos, I've been watching people's videos. The truth of the matter is when it comes down to it, you know, like I was saying, I'm not saying that every situation is the same, you know, but can't a nigga tell me nothing. Like, nigga, you been in and out of jail. Like, what I got with you under the impression that you were gonna take care of home, you were gonna do this, X, Y, and Z. I get with you now, all of a sudden, I'm having to argue with bitches left and right online. You in and out of jail. And then I'm supposed to just fall in line and be like, yes, sir, master. My husband, he taking care of home. My husband running this. No, nigga, you in jail. Somebody just told you to go to bed because it's past your bedtime. A nigga or somebody just came and did they goddamn thing like this on your door and said, Clifford Harris, go to bed. It's 8:45. Shout out to Tiny and T.I. T.I. Tiny. All y'all can do is pray to God y'all children don't grow up to be nothing like y'all. And I don't want to sound mean, but after everything I done said, Tiny, you shouldn't want your daughters to grow up to be like you either. You should not want your daughters to grow up to be like you. Because the truth of the matter is, why would you want your daughters to go through anything that you're going through with a nigga? You see what I'm saying? And you shouldn't want your sons to be nothing like their goddamn daddy. Because why would you want your sons to grow up to be like their father, to do the same thing to somebody else's daughter? Baby, it's just a mess of a cycle, honey. That's all it sounds like to me. Fools raising fools. All future fools. Shit. That's all I got to say. All right, y'all, I'm about to do hot topics, and then I need to go to my sister's house and wash clothes. Use up her good washer and dryer. They get your clothes, baby. My clothes be girl. I didn't realize how trifling. I don't have a washer and dryer in my apartment, But thank God my laundry room was like right here, girl. So I literally just walked down my stairs. I'm right by the laundry room, girl. Thank God. That's another, girl. Anyways, the next apartment I moved to, I gotta have a washer and dryer. I don't realize, like, I think my washer and dryer in my apartment complex is some bullshit because sometimes when I wash my clothes, I'll be like, okay, my clothes, I don't feel like my clothes be as clean as they should. They be clean, but I don't feel like they be as clean because one time I took my clothes to my sister's house, I said, bitch, what type of washer and dryer is this? I feel like my shit just, girl, I felt like my shit was brand new. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Maybe y'all might think, let me stop, because y'all gonna think my clothes dirty. Nigga walking around here thinking he cute with dirty ass drawers on. No. Anyways. Shout out to Beyonce for marrying a man of her dreams. Shout out to Beyonce for marrying a man who she said that she wanted to be just like her daddy, and she got exactly what the fuck she asked for. She got a nigga who was just like her daddy, a nigga who wasn't shit, walking around town sticking his dick in another bitch puss. You get what you asked for, girl. You get what you asked for. You got what you wanted, girl. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to Turkey Leg Hut tonight and get me a turkey leg. Oh, that's who we need to talk about. I need to post that link in a turkey. Bitch, when I tell you, didn't I tell you them people was white? I told y'all them folks was white. I told y'all that shit. I told y'all them people was white. All right, y'all. Let me, we're going to talk about that in Hot Topics. Let me write that down so I won't forget. It's so much stuff we got to talk about. And I ain't got all day, girl. I got to wash clothes. I got to have me a drink. I got to go get up on somebody's man tonight. Girl, somebody. Not one of y'all, so don't worry. I be cracking myself up. I be cracking myself up. All right, y'all. Bye.